Good evening, fans, and welcome to Fredericton High School. Happy Father's Day to those celebrating the occasion. Playoff Maritime Women's Basketball Association basketball on tap here for this evening, and this will determine the last participant in the Proline Legacy Cup happening next weekend right here in the capital city. Talk about that as the evening goes on. This matchup, it is a visiting Moncton Mystics and the home court Fredericton Freeze. The Mystics 2-8 in the regular season. The Freeze 5-5. Freeze finished second in New Brunswick to Miramichi. Well, the Mystics finished third in the province, setting up this playoff matchup. Teams have met twice before. We'll talk about that as well. But first, we will pick up the starters as they're announced by Richard Jones on the PA. Here we get the starters for the Mystics. Number 1 is Kate Fillmore out of Mount Allison. 2 is Addie Albert, also out of Mount Allison. Both first-year players, the Mounties, and first year with the Mystics. 5 is Lindy Alcorn. Alcorn played the first season of the Maritime Women's Basketball Association and is back this year. 12 is Evan McLaughlin. Evan, third-year player, Memorial, played high school ball right here in Fredericton. And number 23 is Celine Sturkle, currently a Mount St. Vincent player, played some eligibility years at Stu as well. Starters for the Freeze. 5 is Courtney Thompson, guard out of St. John Simons High School and Dalhousie. 8 is Katie Daly, played at FHS and UNB. 9 is Robbie Daly, played at FHS, SMU, and Dalhousie. 13 is Bailey Russell, played here at FHS, and a current member of the Ottawa GGs. And number 15, Eva Tamwine, played here at FHS and then at UNB. Time now for the national anthem. Kathleen Jones on the anthem this evening. Great edition of the anthem here by Kathleen. Freeze there in the black jerseys, the Mystics in the road whites this evening. We are just about set for tip. The Addie Albert taking the tip for Moncton. And Eva Tamwine for the Freeze. Albert wins the tip for Lindy Alcorn. Sturkle on the outside. Evan McLaughlin guarded tightly by Courtney Thompson. Albert off to Fillmore. 8 to shoot now. The Mystics still outside. Right to the bucket for 2 points is Fillmore. He's a little screen there to find a lane. First 2 points to the Mystics. Robbie Daly shoots the long 2, rebound for Evan McLaughlin. Ahead for Celine Sturkle. She shoots from the elbow for 2 more. Good start for the Mystics. There's Bailey Russell off to Eva Tumwine. Tumwine a little strong. Rebound Alcorn. Alcorn tied for the league lead in rebounds. Tries Katie Daly off glass. Rebound Bailey Russell. Russell's stat line as good or better than anyone in the league. Tumwine thought about taking a 2. Back for Bailey Russell. Russell puts it up and scores from 15 feet. Freeze with some pressure off the made basket. Sturkle with the catch for Albert. Albert off glass. Rebound, Courtney Thompson got a piece of that. Ahead for Eva Tumwine. Tumwine for Katie Daly behind the 3-point line. That one off the rim. Evan McLaughlin. Little tricky dribble there. Back for Alcorn. A deep 3 is good. 7-2 early going here for the Mystics. Courtney Thompson too strong. Katie Daly fights for the rebound. Out of bounds over to Moncton. You see that off the foot of Daly. Daly catches actually as she falls out of bounds. Freeze keep the pressure on, deflect it out again. Nice press break there for the Mystics. Alcorn for McLaughlin. It's another 2. Sam Storty off the bench for the Freeze. Eva Tumwine makes 2. In deep for Sturkle off the glass for another 2 points. Mystics restore the 7-point lead. Bailey Russell blows a tire for Addie Albert. Robbie Daly back hard on defense. Passed off for McLaughlin. And it's 13-4 Moncton. Young Mystic squad with an outstanding start here in the first 3.5 minutes. Eva Tumwine on the beautiful delivery from Robbie Daly. Katie Daly putting pressure on Alcorn. Ahead for Sturkle. Fillmore on the far side by Robbie Daly for 2. Three free subs at the ready on the far sideline. Tumwine spins off glass. Give Eva Tumwine 6 of the Freeze's first 8 points. Mystics by 7. Good patience on the press. Albert tries Russell. Inside, Evan McLaughlin scores 2. Bit of a layup drill here for the Mystics early on. And it's a whole set of 5 for the Freeze. Be coming in next whistle. Couple subs as well for Moncton. It'll be Carmel and Mowat for Moncton. That one doesn't drop off the glass, but it's going to be a foul. The Mystics again get to the rim. Sturkle and Albert out. Mowat and Termel in for the Mystics. For the Freeze, it's Sam Storty Nicole Essen, Jane Boyle, Vanessa Sophie, and Allie McCarthy. A whole new 5 for the Freeze. They're down 9 here, can make it 10 on this free throw. That goes through. 18-8, big start. Freeze in a hole early. Sophie, that one just a little bit left. Off for Elkhorn. Freeze with a defensive stop that time. Sophie, the takeaway. Oh, quick feet from Vanessa Sophie. Gets to the bucket, draws a foul on Fillmore. These two teams have played twice before. The Freeze won them both at Moncton on May 17th with 78-43 Freeze. Sadie Bowen had 16 points, 11 rebounds. Billy Russell, 20 points, 11 rebounds for the Freeze. Allie McCarthy, 11 and 12 rebounds. Eva Tomwine, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Second one doesn't go for Sophie, and it's a 9-point deficit. Rebound Mowat. Elkhorn for McLaughlin beats the press for Mel. Nicole Essen fouled by Lindy Elkhorn. Nicole Essen, Vanessa Sophie bring a lot of speed off that Freeze bench. There you can see the acceleration, and just fouled on the way up court. 21st of May at Fredericton, the Freeze 83-54 winners. Addie Albert 14, Lynn Sturkle 10 points, 9 rebounds. The Freeze, Vanessa Sophie had 17, Bailey Russell 16 points, 10 boards, and Eva Tomwine 12. Given right back though to the Mystics. McLaughlin leaves that one short, and it's Vanessa Sophie on the boards. Sophie against a bunch of white shirts, hands off. Allie McCarthy, first shot of the game is left off the front of the rim. Rebound Mystics, Elkhorn. Tries another three. That one rimmed out. It looked good most of the way to the bucket. Sophie for Essen. That shot a little strong. Rebound again by Elkhorn. Albert and Sturkle set to check in for the Mystics. Elkhorn stop, nowhere to go. That foul though. I think that'll go on Boyle. Does go on Boyle. Lindy Elkhorn, Emily Trammell out. So Lynn Sturkle, Addie Albert in. And timeout Moncton. They are up 18-9 here. 3:54 to go first quarter. Good look at the Moncton bench and Coach McKenzie. Other action this weekend, it was playoff weekend. On Thursday, it was Halifax Hornets playing Lake City, and that was the 56ers 83, the Hornets 59. So the Hornets moved on to play then the Thunder on the Friday. They lost 82-52 to the Thunder. So the 56ers and the Thunder will represent Nova Scotia at the Proline Legacy Cup next weekend here in Fredericton. Sub here for the Freeze out of the timeout. It is Eve McDonald checking in for Sam Storty. And just to finish off the playoffs, last evening in Miramichi, it was the Hurricane 64 over the Fog 59. Nice dish inside for Albert, and Albert scores another 2. Mystics up double digits on the Freeze. Allie McCarthy. McCarthy guarded tightly by Olivia Mowat. McCarthy has it knocked away. Billy Russell set to check in here. Here you see McCarthy on the rebound, has it knocked out. Vanessa Sophie out. Ellie McCarthy turns, spots up for a three-pointer. Freeze cut the lead to 8. Fillmore beyond the arc, front rim, rebound Russell for McCarthy. Here's the Splash Sisters on the move. Nicole Essen beyond the arc. That one no rim and out of bounds. It's a shot you'll take. Eva Tamwine set to check back in. Tamwine had the 6 early points before going to the bench. Fillmore makes the triple. Restores the 11-point lead. Ollie McCarthy has the jump shot, rim out. Evan McLaughlin tries a long 3. Addie Albert's there for the board. Eve McDonald gets the loose ball. Russell ahead for McCarthy. Tough catch for Eason. And at the bottom of that pack is Olivia Mowat. Mowat will get the foul. Essen and Essen and Boyle out for the freeze. Tamwine and Robbie Daly check in. And subbing in for Moncton is number 8, Kelly Carter. Tamwine tries Sturkle. That one doesn't go. McCarthy skied for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Mowat. Check on the shot clock. Allie McCarthy gets the inbounds play and scores 2. Addie Albert attacks. And there's 2 right back just as easy. Billy Russell takes a baseline jump shot and scores 2. Albert might have got away with the travel there, but finds Fillmore. Fillmore, one-handed runner for 15, and the lead's back to 11. Probably the best quarter of basketball the Mystics have put together this season. Didn't check every quarter of every game. There's not a lot of quarters where they have put up 27. In for the Mystics is number 9, Sadie Bowen. And number 4 is Jessie Brown. Mowat and Kelly Carter to the bench. In for the freeze is Courtney Thompson and Katie Daly. McCarthy and McDonald check out. Final minute of play here, and looks like there's some telemetry issues with the clock. Again, it's freezing up a little bit to get maybe the aerial over there checked. Robbie Daly scores 2. 9-point Mystics lead. Nice pass from Sturkle. Sadie Bowen can't finish, out of bounds off the freeze. Russell with the block on Sturkle, and then the save. The hands of Robbie Daly. Courtney Thompson, baseline off glass, 2 points. Sturkle tries a long one for three. It banks in at the buzzer, and a 10-point Mystics lead at the end of the first quarter. Celine Sturkle from about 35 feet beats the buzzer. 30-20 Mystics after the first quarter. Again, this will decide the fourth team at the Legacy Cup next Saturday. It'll be the 5 o'clock game time slot. The winner of this game will take on Lake City. And in the 7:30 time slot, it will be the Halifax Thunder and the Miramichi Hurricanes. This winner here will get seed number 4 and take on the top-seeded 56ers on Sunday. 12:30 is your third-place game, and 3 o'clock championship. All games at the Richard J. Curry Center. Thanks for UNB for stepping up partnership for this one. And speaking of partnerships, Royale is a proud founding partner of the MWBA. Royale is a Canadian company, makes quality products, trusted to help make everyday tasks a little easier for everyone who uses them. Royale, a proudly Canadian company, and of course, thanks to Atlantic Lottery and its Proline team, the presenting sponsor of the Legacy Cup Championship, June 21st to 22nd. Freeze sends their game starters back out to start this quarter. Robbie Daly, Katie Daly, Bailey Russell, Courtney Thompson, and Eva Tumwine. And it'll be freeze ball to start the quarter. They're stuck 10 here. And for the Mystics, it's Alcorn with Albert, McLaughlin, Sturkle, and Bowen. Courtney Thompson to the bucket. That one doesn't go, but fought for the rebound, and Thompson had control. Now it's back to Sturkle for Alcorn. Foul on Katie Daly. It'll be the Freeze's first here in the quarter. That'll send Addie Albert to the line. Albert doesn't make the first free throw. 9.8 points, 4.1 rebounds per game this season for Albert. Better than the numbers as a rookie at Mount A by quite a margin. A lot of growth in Albert here in this league. Inbounded back for Russell. Russell has Thompson in the corner. Thompson fakes, runs into traffic, no foul called. And it's over to the Mystics ahead for Evan McLaughlin. McLaughlin for Albert. Alcorn on the drive, gets that one to drop through. Biggest lead of the game now for Moncton at plus 12, 32-20. Tumwine operates low post. Nice move, Tumwine. Sturkle with the block out of bounds. Jane Boyle in for Eva Tumwine. On the free side. Thompson inbounds for Russell. Russell works against Bowen. Nice move, but can't get the shot to go. Bowen on the rebound and the dribble out. Corner kick for Albert. High, Archer finds no rim, but it's Alcorn there for the board and the putback, and it's plus 14 for the Mystics. Another turnover. Alcorn again, that time fouled. Vanessa Sophie, Allie McCarthy for the Freeze. Robbie Daly, Courtney Thompson to the bench. Sends Alcorn to the line. Alcorn 10.6 points, and a league-leading 9.4 rebounds a game. Makes it a 15-point Mystics lead. And there's 16, 36-20. Daly tries a drive to the basket, draws a foul. Fouls aren't going up on the board here, but I think that was going to go on Celine Sturkle. I missed the hand gestures from the official. I'm on the opposite side of the gym, so I can't see when the back is turned. Miss on the second. Sturkle collects a rebound, but Boyle on the steal. Out of bounds off of Bowen. Moncton coach looking for an explanation. Inbounded for Russell. Russell fouled by Bowen. Moncton fans don't like that call, but it was absolutely the right one. The feet were tangled up. That's a foul on Bowen without question. Katie Daly tries a three, makes a three. Lead down to 12. Inside for Bowen against Boyle. Bowen too strong off glass. Rebound for Ali McCarthy. McCarthy will handle. McCarthy right down Main Street. Can't get it over the front of the rim, but the second attempt doesn't go either, and it's out of bounds off of Katie Daly. It's a shot McCarthy makes more times than not. Elkhorn from the elbow is good. 3 stubs waiting for the Mystics on the next opportunity. Bailey Russell. 3 is too strong. Rebound into the hands of Sturkle. Off for Elkhorn. Elkhorn tries another 3. That one no rim, and the Frees let it go out of bounds. Vanessa Sophie and Katie Daly out. Checking in Eve McDonald and Nicole Essen. Bowen and Sturkle out for the Mystics. Termel and Fillmore check in. Jane Boyle tries a 2, too strong. That's a shot in that painted area I think Eve McDonald's got to put up. Can't get within 12 feet and be open and not look to put that ball up in the air. McLaughlin tries Termel, but it's McCarthy there for the pick-off ahead for Bailey Russell. Russell behind the back dribble, right to the rim for 2 points. Russell and McCarthy switched out high. It's going to be Eve McDonald on Fillmore. Evan McLaughlin tries going to the bucket, and that one is knocked out of bounds. Stay Moncton ball with 4 on the shot clock. Termel tries a shot that rimmed out. Mystics knock it away. Sadie Bowen back in. Russell tries a three. That one doesn't drop. Rebound Termel. Freeze with pressure. That's off for Alcorn. Outside, Alcorn tries another deep one. Rebound Eve McDonald. Foul called on Sadie Bowen. Celine Sturkle set to check in. This will be for Emily Termel. Eva Tumwine in for Eve McDonald. It's going to change some matchups on the floor for sure. You can bet Tumwine is not going to guard Fillmore. And inside, Tumwine gets that one to drop through. Lead down to 10, 38-28. Alcorn looking inside. It's off the foot of one of the Freeze players. It'll stay Mystics ball. Somehow that pass ended up in the hands of Bowen. Looked like it ricocheted 2 or 3 times. Now with 9 to shoot, it's Sturkle for Alcorn. Bowen throws one off the glass. Corner pass, McCarthy. 3 is good. No, called a 2. Freeze within 8, and it's timeout Mystics. They take their second one here of the first half. They sense some momentum happening with the Freeze. Folks, a reminder again of the Legacy Cup happening next weekend at the Curry Center. Check out the league website, themwba.ca, themwba.ca for all your information there. Advance tickets will be available at the UNB box office starting on this Wednesday. Thanks as well to some Freeze sponsors. Title sponsor TRL Solutions, Domino's, Gemtech, Dave Watt Realty, University of New Brunswick, and NB Credit Union, as well as partners Blueberry NB, Valley Graphics, Coffee News, Rocket Inc., Cushman Wakefield Atlantic, Eggs New Brunswick, Molson Coors, Island View Vet Hospital, Supplement King, Capital Region Service Commission. Thank you all for your involvement with women's basketball, the MWBA, and the Fredericton Freeze. Freeze break the huddle. Tamine, Stordy, Essen, Russell, and McCarthy. Having just cut the lead to 8 on the McCarthy 3. Fillmore, Mowat, Sturkle, Alcorn, and Bowen for the Mystics. Full court pressure here from the Freeze. The Mystics have been able to break it fairly well here thus far in this game. And it's been Alcorn doing a lot of that. Alcorn for Fillmore. Mowat, too strong, knocked out by McCarthy on the rebound. Comes Katie Daly in for Nicole Essen. Alcorn, another deep 3 try. Rebound Stordy. Off for Russell on the run. Picked off, though, by Bowen. Bowen with the dribble has Mowat far side. There's Stordy with the steal, the save. Loose ball on the court. And it's going to be out. That one ends up white ball. Here comes Albert and Evan McLaughlin in for Alcorn and Sturkle. .14 on the shot clock. I didn't think it was quite that high. I think they're benefiting here from maybe a reset to 14. To go back and check that one. Mowat, that's a bit of a throw that time. Not sure if that was intended as a pass or a shot. Courtney Thompson in for Bailey Russell. Thompson to the rim. Storty on the rebound and score two. Bowen, tough catch. Corner kick, Fillmore gets Katie Daly in the air, steps in, rebound Allie McCarthy. McCarthy with the save, will keep the dribble alive. That one for Courtney Thompson. Eva Tamwine fakes, nowhere to go that time. McCarthy tries baseline, inside for Katie Daly. Katie Daly too strong off the glass. Out of bounds off the freeze, over to the Mystics. In a 6-point contest. Mystic shots haven't looked as good here the last few minutes as the Freeze have tightened up on defense. Ended up with some long threes and some not great looks, but there's Mowat. There's another off-balance looking shot from Mowat. Like the drive, but not a quality shot put up. Stays Mystics ball. Caught with the toes on the Tulips that time were the Mystics. That's Freeze ball, down 6 with 3:08 to go here in the second quarter. They try to come back from a mystical start to this one. The Mystics put up 30 in the first quarter. Katie Daly off the mark into the hands of Addie Albert. Addie Albert, that's a better take for the Mystics. Doesn't drop. Out of bounds off of the Mystics. Robbie Daly checks in for Sam Storty. Allie McCarthy tries a long shot. Rebound, Evan McLaughlin off for Lindy Alcorn. Alcorn gets a step on Daly. Alcorn right to the bucket, and Alcorn will shoot two. Comes Bailey Russell back into the game for the Freeze. Alcorn pushes the lead back to 7. Make it 8 to make of both. Courtney Thompson works off glass. No good. Foul called. Going to go on Alcorn. Eve McDonald in for Allie McCarthy. Courtney Thompson, miss on the first. Good on the second. Checking in for Moncton is number 11, Kennedy Apthorpe. In for Addie Albert. Timeout by the TRL Solutions. Freeze down 7 here with 2:14 to go, first half.
Thank you for
McDonald, Thompson, Robbie Daly, Bailey Russell, Eva Tamwine for the Freeze. 2:14 to go here in the first half. McLaughlin, Mowat, Elkhorn, Sturkle, and Apthorpe for the Mystics. Sturkle on the outside, cross-court pass. Knocked away by Bailey Russell. Be 10 on the shot clock as the Mystics inbound. Elkhorn tries another really deep shot. Only one we've seen go from that farthest today is Sturkle's. Bailey Russell on the way to the bucket. Can't draw the foul. Apthorpe picks up the ball, hands off to Elkhorn, ahead for Sturkle. Sturkle, step back three, too strong. Into the hands of Bailey Russell. That's going to be a foul on the Mystics on the reach in. It's going to go on Mowat. That'll be the 5th foul. That will send Bailey Russell to the line. Russell. %71 on the season, a little better. Jane Boyle in for Eve McDonald. Russell with a chance to cut into a 7-point lead. Double make for Russell, and here's Addie Albert checking in for Kennedy Apthorpe on the Mystics side. Lead down to 5. It's been as high as 12 for the Mystics. Sturkle gets a piece of that Russell pass. Sturkle picks it up out high, finds Elkhorn in deep, ripped away by the Freeze, ahead for Robbie Daly. Robbie Daly gets that one to trickle over the front of the rim. Lead is down to 3. Final minute of play, first half. Off for Mowat. Mowat picks up high, finds Albert. 7 to shoot. Mowat, 5 to shoot. Power step, scores. Tamwine back to help on the inbound. Jane Boyle can't get the lay-in to go on the nice delivery from Courtney Thompson. The cutting Elkhorn. Back for Albert. Stop here would be big for the Freeze. Freeze get the stop. 42-37 is the halftime score in favor of the Mystics. So that's a 17-12 quarter in favor of the Freeze. Got 15 minutes on the clock before we are going with the second half. I don't think we're going to have a halftime guest here today. So we'll be back in about 14 minutes with the start of half number 2. Hi fans, welcome back here to Fredericton High School. One more half remaining here to decide the final participant in the Maritime Women's Basketball Association Legacy Cup, sponsored by Proline. Thanks to ALC for being on board. Been into some of my local stores around, and great to see the MWBA advertising on the terminals there in the stores. Made me do a double take and then a little smile to see that. An awesome sponsorship from Atlantic Lottery. Here we are to start the second half for the Mystics. Fillmore, Albert, McLaughlin, Sturkle, and Alcorn. And for the Freeze, that's Fillmore getting to the bucket. It is Robbie Daly, Katie Daly, Bailey Russell, Courtney Thompson, and Eva Tumwine. Tumwine baseline short. Thompson got a piece of that rebound, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Freeze. Moncton got out to a 30-20 lead after the first quarter. Freeze won the second quarter 17-12 to make it 42-37 here to start quarter number 3. Freeze with a block. Tumwine trying to go coast to coast. Ball popped up in the air. Cross-court pass for Bailey Russell, who puts up a 3. That's off back rim. Celine Sturkle on the board for Lindy Alcorn. Ahead for Tumwine. Tumwine power step, great fake. Fake the pass to Katie Daly, kept. Scored 2, lead is down to 3. Freeze first 2 points here of the second half. Albert gets 2 on the board. Robbie Daly has it stripped away by Addie Albert into the hands of Lindy Alcorn. Off to Vivian McLaughlin. The Mystics push the lead up to 7. Tumwine to the rim, knocked out of bounds by Moncton. Didn't quite see who got that one. Katie Daly loses a handle in traffic to Evan McLaughlin. Outside for Sturkle on the fake. Sturkle drives. Bailey Russell goes coast to coast, fouled by Lindy Alcorn on the take. So Lynn Sturkle looking for a foul on that last drive and talking to the official coming up court. Nicole Essen and Allie McCarthy check in. Katie and Robbie Daly check out for the Freeze. Bailey Russell on the line. Second one goes through for Russell, lead down to 5. Alcorn, three-pointer short, into the hands of Russell. McCarthy for Essen. Courtney Thompson. Down low, Tumwine. Foul on Celine Sturkle on the hold and the entry pass. Put 14 on the shot clock for the Freeze as they inbound. Allie McCarthy with the score on the inbound play. McLaughlin gets to the glass and scores 2. Nice take for Evan McLaughlin. Billy Russell free from 18. Rebound. Tamwine. Turns, squares, scores. Shot off the back rim. McCarthy on the rebound. Ahead for Nicole Essen. Baseline shot goes down for Essen. Freeze within 1. Subs waiting on both sides. Bowen and Mowat for the Mystics. Sophie and Boyle for the Freeze. Taken away by the Freeze. They can get the first lead of the contest. Evan McLaughlin injured in the backcourt. Freeze have numbers here. And there's going to be a foul. And Evan McLaughlin immediately over to the trainer's table at that end. Coach Daly over to check on Evan McLaughlin as well. Not sure what the injury is there. Looks like it might be a shoulder, stinger in the arm. Maybe it's going to be Allie McCarthy on the free throw line. Shout out to Coach Daggs. I'm sure you're watching along there somewhere as well. Big fan of the Freeze, and of course the Splash Sisters from the GGs, Russell and McCarthy. Sophie, Essen, Russell, McCarthy, and Boyle for the Freeze. Mowat, Albert, Alcorn, Fillmore, and Bowen for the Mystics. Freeze their first lead of the game at 49-48. Mowat banks that one out of bounds off of Allie McCarthy. Inbound for Fillmore, trapped in the corner by Boyle and Sophie. 6 to shoot, Alcorn. Had contact there from, I think Allie McCarthy draws that foul. Like the matchup for the Freeze here with Sophie on Fillmore. Sophie, a veteran ACA player with the Tommies. Graduated Stu a couple years ago. Fillmore, young player with Mount A. Sophie immediately ahead for Russell. 3 is left short. Chased down, out of bounds off of the Freeze. Tied at 49. Freeze have erased the 5-point Mystic lead from halftime. Here's Sophie on Fillmore. Watch Sophie time the dribble. Fights through the screen. Gonna be a foul on Nicole Essen. Fillmore was 7 points, 3.7 boards, 2.7 assists per game this season for the Mystics. A little better than her rookie season averages with Mount A. Makes them both to put Moncton up +2. There's Boyle. Back for McCarthy. McCarthy, a lob inside for Boyle on the finish. What a beautiful assist from Allie McCarthy. Fillmore with the miss. McCarthy on the rebound. Ahead for Sophie. Sophie, nice dish for Essen. Back for McCarthy. Sidesteps Albert, goes baseline jumper for 2. Freeze +2. Gonna be a foul on Vanessa Sophie. Courtney Thompson, Sam Storty, and Katie Daly in for the freeze. Essen, Sophie, Bailey Russell out. Termel in for the Mystics, and Lindy Elkhorn to the bench. Great move by Mowat. Power step just by Katie Daly. Mowat using the speed. Daly for Thompson. Swing back for Daly. Pot shot way too strong from Katie Daly. Mowat for Termel. Termel with the keep. Blocked by Ali McCarthy. Katie Daly has Courtney Thompson and Jane Boyle. Good deflection by Fillmore. Jump ball. Possession freeze. Thompson right to the rim, but the shot doesn't drop. And now Thompson picks up the foul on the rebound as Bowen picked up the ball. Fresh 24 here for the Mystics. Tough inbound play as the Freeze apply pressure. Freeze worked the turnover. McCarthy ahead for Daly. Daly can't get that one to go down either. Off the rebound, it's Mowat. Mowat called for the travel. Great call by Kyle Woodworth there, great call. McCarthy beyond the arc. That one no good. Rebound, Termel. Termel triple teamed. Storty draws the jump ball. Mowat's looking for a sub. And it'll be Elkhorn for Mowat. For the Freeze, it is Bailey Russell and Robbie Daly in for Sam Storty and Katie Daly. And Celine Sturkle in for Sadie Bowen. Fillmore gets the catch. Back out for Termel. Termel for Fillmore. That's a jump ball. Possession freeze. Bailey Russell for Jane Boyle. Boyle with the lay-in. Nice handoff from Russell. Freeze +2. Takeaway by Courtney Thompson. Bailey Russell running hard. Gets the pass and the score off glass. Freeze by 4. Timeout. Mystics. Royale is a proud founding partner of MWBA. Royale is a Canadian company who makes quality products trusted to help everyday tasks a little easier for everyone who uses them. Royale, proudly Canadian. And thanks as well to Atlantic Lotteries, Proline. Be the presenting partner of the Legacy Cup next weekend at the Richard J. Curry Center. Winner of this one punches their ticket there. They will take on the Lake City 56ers in the first semifinal Saturday at 5. Thanks as well to Freeze Partners, title partner TRL Solutions, Domino's, Gemtech, Dave Watt Realty, University of New Brunswick, NB Credit Union, Blueberries, New Brunswick, Valley Graphics, Coffee News, Rocket Inc., Cushman Wakefield, Atlantic, Eggs New Brunswick, Molson Coors, Island View Vet Hospital, Supplement King, and the Capital Region Service Commission. Out of the timeout with the Freeze, it's McCarthy, Russell, Thompson, Robbie Daly, and Eva Tumwine. And for the Mystics, Fillmore, Albert, Elkhorn, Sturkle, and Turmel. Freeze into a little bit of a zone here. Little zone look. Sturkle tries to shoot over the top. Head for Robbie Daly. Courtney Thompson gets it off glass. It'll go in the end. One. A little drama there as that one hung on the rim. Violation on the Mystics, and Thompson will get another opportunity here. Like that one didn't happen at all. For the 7-point lead. That one is good. Courtney Thompson, outstanding scorer at Dow, and has been, since the inception of this league, an outstanding scorer here in the MWBA. Of course, first 3 seasons with Port City. Elkhorn gets a step and draws a foul. That foul goes on Bailey Russell. Elkhorn makes the first, cut the lead to 6. And rebound Turmel, back for Elkhorn. Tried the quick pass for Sturkle, but Sturkle backpedaling, couldn't catch up to that one. Missed opportunity there for the Mystics. Thompson, Tumwine back to Thompson. Tumwine in the low post. Good defense by Elkhorn. .12 on the shot clock. McCarthy scored off 2 inbounds for the Freeze, a little box set. Looks like we got a little blood there on Addie Albert. That'll prompt a sub. Here comes Sadie Bowen. Albert will get cleaned up. Eagle eyes on the officials to catch that. Thompson inbounds for Robbie Daly. Back for Courtney Thompson. 7 to shoot, McCarthy for 3. That one doesn't drop. 3-pointers haven't been falling quite yet for the Freeze. They still got 60 points on the board here to come to the end of the third quarter. There's a 3-pointer that doesn't drop either. Russell on the rebound for Robbie Daly, ahead for Courtney Thompson. Cross court for McCarthy. Has size on Fillmore. Fillmore gives the foul. Probably not a bad foul to give there, as Allie probably had 2 points out of that. Eve McDonald, Sam Storty into the game for the Freeze. Courtney Thompson, Eva Tumwine out. McCarthy makes the first. Freeze +7. Trailed by as many as 14 in the first half. Mowat back around for Fillmore. McCarthy, jump ball. Possession. Arrow says freeze. We're going to go Mystics ball. Guess I'll just ignore the possession arrow up there. Fillmore to beat the buzzer. Rebound, Bailey Russell. Jump ball situation, this one for the Freeze. Looks like Evan McLaughlin is back on the Mystics bench. Not sure she's available for the rest of this one. Russell to beat the buzzer. That one doesn't go. Big turnaround here in quarter number 3. Freeze 62, Mystics 54. That's a 25-12 quarter for the Freeze. Down 5 to up 8, and math works out. A lot of crooked numbers there for a Sunday evening. Great look inside the Freeze huddle. They established an 8-point lead here in the third quarter, getting set to go to the final 10 minutes. We'll punch the ticket here for someone. The next weekend's Legacy Cup at the Curry Center. Talking about that all evening long. Looking forward to seeing the Sixers, the Thunder, and the Hurricanes come to town. Sophie with Russell, Tamwine, Storty, and Essen for the Freeze. Here to start quarter 4. Albert, Mowat, Elkhorn, Bowen, and Fillmore for the Mystics. Storty collects the first rebound on the Elkhorn missed shot. Off for Vanessa Sophie. Sophie into the paint, blocked by Bowen, but Sophie gets it right back for Eva Tamwine. 12 to shoot. Freeze reset, Tamwine from 18 back rim. Russell on the rebound. Well, that was really Nicole Essen, got a hand on that ball. Kept it alive for the Freeze. 7 to shoot, Bailey Russell. Fall away is good. How good a move is that from Bailey Russell? Work out of trouble, find space. Score one, falling away. Storty called for the reach in on Bowen. First team foul for the Freeze here in this quarter. They are now up 10, their biggest lead of the game. Inbound for Mowat. Mowat off the top of the backboard. Rebound for Storty, off for Russell. Tamwine, another nice drive, and that one doesn't quite go, but it ends up back in Tamwine's hands. Out for Essen. Tumwine again looking for the rebound and gets it. Storty tries to drive, and that's going to be a foul on Elkhorn. Little defensive rebounding troubles this trip for the Mystics. Sturkle in for Elkhorn. Sam Storty good on the first free throw. And the second. Storty out for Katie Daly. Fillmore slips. Sophie gets the tie up. Possession for the Freeze. Great defense there from Vanessa Sophie. Fillmore tipped that to the backcourt, allowed Sophie to pick it up and re-dribble. Essen inside, nowhere to go. Pass picked off by Sturkle. Sturkle on the run with Mowat. Hands off to Mowat, and Mowat scores two. Good patience for Celine Sturkle. Sturkle, the leading scorer for the Mystics this season. Katie Daly. Shot doesn't drop. Off of Tumwine, who was battling with Bowen for the rebound. Ali McCarthy in for Vanessa Sophie. Sturkle around for Albert. Bowen, a little power step, too strong off the glass. Rebound was touched last by the Freeze, over to the Mystics. 1 second on the shot clock here as they inbound. 1 second to shoot. And no rim, that's going to be a shot clock violation. Down 10. Only really Fillmore bringing pressure for the Mystics. And Fillmore fouls Katie Daly. Crowd doesn't agree, and I'm not sure I do either on that one. I thought Fillmore had that one more clean than not. Of course, I was partially obstructed on that too. I do apologize again when you get the wide shot, till you get the glare off the bald spot on the head. Daly has that one drop through. Second one good as well for Katie Daly. And just a miscue on the inbounds for the Mystics. Things unraveling here a little bit for Moncton. It wasn't real firm pressure from the Freeze there, but it was enough to throw the Mystics off. 14 on the shot clock for the Freeze. And that possession on the front court. McCarthy tries a tough shot, ends up on the floor, as does Sturkle. Ball out off of the Freeze. Mowat with the score. Off the foot of Fillmore. McCarthy catch and shoot from 14. That's too easy for Ali McCarthy. That much space. Elevate and shoot. McCarthy and Russell undoubtedly will see expanded roles with the GGs next season. Katie Daly, quick shot off the back of the rim. Sturkle for Albert. Russell will pick up the foul on the driving Albert. Albert's athletics, you can start doing that at the ACA level for Mount A. Be a big plus for that program. A lot of Mount A players in the league this year. Look for Mount A, partially as a result of that, to be a pretty decent program next season. Got some subs, so I'll just reset everybody because I wasn't paying attention. It's Albert on the line with Mowat, Turmel, Fillmore, and Elkhorn for the Freeze. Thompson, Boyle, McCarthy, Russell, and Robbie Daly. Rebound for Mowat. Turmel on the catch back for Fillmore. Elkhorn drives right into the chest of Ali McCarthy, and Ali McCarthy says, thank you, I'll block that shot. Courtney Thompson on the nice delivery from Ali McCarthy, scores 2. Biggest lead of the game now for the Freeze at 72-58. Well, members of the St. Thomas Tommies here just leaving the gym. Paige LeBlanc and Katie Vedito, good to see them out taking in Freeze action here. Be good to see them in a Freeze uniform at some point in the future. Russell's three doesn't drop. It might have been a lights out shot there for the Mystics, so that one had dropped. Instead, it's Albert who makes the three at the other end, and there's still life. Ahead for Boyle. Too strong on the lefty lay-in, but it's Boyle on the rebound. McCarthy tries that three, and that one is good for Bailey Russell, not Ali McCarthy. Man, Coach Daggs is going to be on me for that one. I'm getting them mixed up all game long. Elkhorn too strong off glass. Rebound is into the hands of Robbie Daly. Daly for Boyle. That's Thompson who misses the two. But on the rebound, put back and score, it's Bailey Russell. Under 4 to go, 16-point lead for the Freeze. Moncton put up 30 in the first quarter of only 31 combined since. Had to Freeze in a 14-point hole at one point. And there's Ali McCarthy on that rebound. Back for Bailey Russell, another three open. Timeout. Moncton as the sharpshooting Bailey Russell back-to-back threes pushes the lead all the way to 19. 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from punching their ticket to take on the Lake City 56ers, the Curry Center next Saturday in the Atlantic Lottery Pro Line Legacy Cup. What a great weekend of basketball that's going to be. If we leap forward here and assume that the Freeze are there, we're going to have the top 4 finishers in the standings. Lake City, 56ers, Miramichi Hurricanes. Halifax Thunder and Fredericton Freeze. Freeze will be the underdog if they're able to complete this game here. They're up 19. Freeze 0-5 against those other teams, but have had very close games against all three of them. In fact, had 10-point leads in a game here against Miramichi and 10-point lead against the Thunder, both in the second half. Freeze now take a timeout as Coach Daly wants to go over a little more strategy. Based on who's standing up, we're going to see a bunch of subs for the Freeze as well. So I'll give you a lineup readout. A lot of times I do that. That's helping out the stats. So if you're wondering why I say the lineup an awful lot, just to help those at Hoopsalytics running the stats for the league. Video gets uploaded after the game, and they usually turn it around most of the times overnight if it goes up this evening. So it is Nicole Essen, Sam Storty, Vanessa Sophie, Eve McDonald, and Jane Boyle. So it's entire different five for the Freeze. For Moncton, Fillmore, Albert, Sturkle, Bowen, and Elkhorn. It does not look like we're going to see Evan McLaughlin in the rest of this one after that issue in the third quarter. Certainly was a big part of the Mystics' early part of this game. Thought either going to go on Storty or Sophie. Worked around for Elkhorn, 4-3. Rebound, Storty. Storty finds Sophie. Ahead for Eve McDonald. Jane Boyle. Nicole Essen back for Storty. Good ball movement for the Freeze. Boyle dribbles all the way around, finds Storty underneath. Storty shot blocked. Going to stay Freeze ball with 2 to shoot. See if they have a look at the shot clock here. They need a quick shot on the inbound. Essen on the curl was there. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Freeze ball now, 1 to shoot. Essen was open far corner, but so was Sophie going down the lane. There's good catch there. Essen catches. Loaded up, shot it, but just a little late. Seemed like a real quick start of the shot clock that time. One second, tough for a catch and shoot. Albert tries a 3, and that one's nothing but nylon for Addie Albert. Lead is 16. Boyle for Essen. Essen can't get it to go off glass, but Boyle crashes. Back for Essen, going to try a 3. That one is good. Thinking about now, it's pretty safe that you're going to see the Freeze. Safe to say you're going to see the Freeze at the Curry Center next week. Essen and Sophie work the turnover. Essen stops, puts the shot up inside. It's Storty fouled. Sam Storty will go to the line. Here comes Emily Turmel and Jessie Brown in for Sturkle and Elkhorn. That'll probably be it for their season. Storty puts the Freeze up 20. 14 down at one point in the second quarter. Big swing since then in favor of the Freeze. Second one's a miss, rebounded by Sadie Bowen. It's inside for Bowen. And ripped away into the hands of Vanessa Sophie. Sophie is ahead for Essen and Storty. Sophie looks back for Storty. Storty nowhere to go, is going to travel. Good now on hit set by Brad James. Brad.
Thanks for having me.
Legacy Cup next Saturday.
Pretty excited. Saturday, Sunday, 4 teams, 93 seconds left. I think we can say that the Freeze is the 4th team.
I declared that about 25 seconds ago.
Okay, full credit to Moncton. I'll tell you what, I heard you say in the broadcast that had to be their best quarter all season in the first, and that was. But so everything's settled here now in terms of 4 teams. And I have to tell you, Gibby, like when I started this league, or founded this league, whatever you want to call it, I never envisioned companies like Royale, Atlantic Lottery Corporation / Coraline Stadium coming on board. Like, I just wanted a league where women could play, and now we have these nationally recognized companies behind us. Blown away by it. Like, I was coming home from the cottage today thinking that, like, this is incredible, the support for women's sport. And the crowd here today is excellent tonight. Couldn't be happier in terms of the support and financially and from the fans, and hopefully it carries over in the next weekend.
Hopefully it does, and I know I was excited, and I talked about it here in the broadcast already, and sent you a message. I ran to the corner store for milk on Saturday and walked in, and first thing I see there playing on the lottery terminal, of course, it faces you at the cash registers. Scrolling through the lotto games, and there it is. It's highlights of the Maritime Women's Basketball Association. Scrolling by there. I was like, what?
I know, and that's just something you don't expect. And I can't say enough about Abby McDonald and Atlantic Lottery Corporation, what it's done, and Royale, which has been with us since day one, and they're all going to be there next weekend, to take in the games at the Richard J. Curry Center. I think we're doing the organizing committee and everybody, I think, is really banded together, and full marks to UMB too, Gibby, for just everything it has done. Tickets, we meet on Tuesday, but it looks like pre-sale tickets will be available on Wednesday, and then, of course, at the door on Saturday, Sunday. You can't beat it, like $30 for a weekend pass. Seriously,
for these four teams that are coming in.
Yep.
Or 3 plus the underdog host freeze.
Underdog host freeze, yeah. But you know what? I'll take it.
Absolutely, you will take it.
After that first quarter, I'm taking it. But hopefully those that are watching here tonight, please, if you get a chance, you're going to be calling the games too. So if you're not here, you get the best of both worlds. But being at the Curry Center is going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it.
That ball stays with the Freeze here. We drifted away a little bit from play-by-play. I think that's okay at this point.
I'm going to sign off here now and let you have it.
You can stay with us here if you like. It's entirely up to you.
No, I'm going to go and you call it down.
All right, very good.
As always, unbelievable work you do. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and best of luck as we host collectively the Legacy Cup next weekend.
As the kids would say, it's going to be a banger. Thanks, Gibby.
Not sure I'm going to have a better line to finish this one than that one that Brad just had. Mowat tries from outside, front rim, rebound was fought for by Kelly Carter. It's a hit for Vanessa Sophie. Final 10 seconds, the Freeze have now officially punched their ticket to the Proline Stadium Legacy Cup. Curry Center next weekend, they'll have the early game versus the Lake City 56ers. We'll stay here for the player of the game. Thanks, of course, to founding partner of the league, Royale and Atlantic Lottery Proline, for being part of the league. It's absolutely outstanding. So check the league website, themwba.ca. We'll have, of course, all the box score from this one. You can see all the stats as well. You can check out the schedule, learn a little bit more about the teams that are coming here next weekend. And teams that are out there, if you're watching, look forward to seeing you all. We got the top 4 finishers from the regular season all made it through in the playoffs. Miramichi and Fredericton a bit of scares in their semifinals, but eventually took care of business. Let's hope as well that Evan McLaughlin is okay after whatever injury that might have been. So that'll do it here from this one for everyone here at the Freeze, the MWBA, and of course the outstanding group at Aurora Productions. I'm Bill Gibson. It's been my privilege to bring you all the Freeze home games this season, including this one. Look forward to calling Legacy Cup next weekend. Come on back then, where it'll be the same crew, different venue. Legacy Cup, Saturday, 5:30. 5 and 7:30, Curry Center, Fredericton. See you next weekend.